Hello and welcome to Zoom TV, the show where we explore everything that flies, drives and floats and take you along for the experience and talk about experiences. This is Mr. Allan Simons. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you, Aaron Pitt. You're looking terrific. A shirt with a collar, no T-shirt. What's going on?
Thank you. Well, wardrobe. I've actually got your wardrobe manager helping me out. Polka dots, they're in. They are in. Thank you very much. Now, talking about what's in, we've got a new competition called the Zoomaholic competition. Alan's going to explain that a little bit later in the show, aren't you, sir?
Yes, you can be a guest presenter perhaps later in the year. Anyone can do a presenter job. I mean, have a look.
There you go. You can actually spend some time with Alan. Riveting stuff. Now, talking about riveting stuff, what do you look at today, Alan?
Great car. It's a Jeep. It's a Journey. It's a Dodge. It's a beauty. And what about you, mate? Are you on this week's show or are you stepping back?
No,
Tell me you're stepping back.
No, I've stepped forward. And I've got even more assistance with Allan Simons' wardrobe. And look at the all-new Mini, thanks to Go Auto. And thanks to City Toyota, Alan, you know all about City Toyota.
I do, good people.
Yep. I look at the all-new 200 Series Toyota Sahara.
And I got 5 words for you. Demi Harmon, you lucky bastard.
I know, she's a beautiful girl, and she's from home and away, and she joined me in the John Hughes Zoomobile, powered by a Sander. She's this week's Celebrity Hitchhiker. So you ready, mate?
I'm ready, buddy.
Well, I hope you're ready, because it's time
for Zoom TV.
If you've ever been up north or down south or to the middle of Australia, you'll notice that the car of choice is the good old Toyota Land Cruiser. Now that should tell you they can handle the rough stuff. It also tells me they're reliable and they're not going to let you down, because country folk, they don't compromise. The original Toyota Land Cruiser, or Landy as it's affectionately known by fans, first put a tyre in Australia in 1958. That's 25 years after the brand was started. It was originally imported to Australia to help with the Snowy River hydro scheme. Not long after that, more started to invade our country. They became so popular that in 1963, a Toyota manufacturing plant was started in Melbourne. From that day on, the Toyota Land Cruiser got its citizenship and would forevermore be known as an Aussie. And so it should be, as it was Australia that made it tough. It was the Aussies that took it to places that truly tested its abilities, and it was us Aussies that gave it the best piece of bling a tough car could ever want, the bull bar mounted rod holder. 65 years on, and millions of units later, the 2013 Land Cruiser is still servicing the tough critics that demanded it came to Australia. However, its reliability and unique ability to accommodate the workmates and the family in total luxury has given it a new fan. Yes, you guessed it, the Land Cruiser has gone metro. Today we're in the 200 Series Toyota Land Cruiser Sahara. This car has the works, so try to keep up with me as I take you through some of the features. But before I do that, however, I have to highlight its main feature, and that's its size. It's a big car, there's no denying that, but it's not a big car to drive. And it's not sluggish either. You put your foot down and the V8 responds like a sports car. It sounds like one as well. It's got heaps of space, big comfy seats, and heaps of legroom. Wayne, how are you, mate?
Aaron, good.
Welcome back for 2013.
Thank you.
Now, the new 200 Series, you're a fan because you drive one every day. What do you love about it?
Aaron, I drive it every day because I love it because it's a big car and I feel like I've got a great lounge suite that I'm sitting in while I'm cruising along. But it's the king of the road for Toyota. It's the top of the range and there's some great new features. Whilst keeping the traditional off-road features, they've created a lot of comfort with the new car. So we've got reverse sensors, front sensors. We've got cameras views all round the car. We've got a great tailgate lifter as well, so that's all automatic now, so no more straining to shut that back boot. And we've also got heated and cooling seats. That's my favourite.
You need the cooling seats in weather like this, don't you?
Correct, yeah.
Now, with a car like this, it's fair to say that I suppose the female generation don't really like to drive it that much because it is a big car, but with all those features, it's got to make it easy to drive.
I'll tell you what's a lot easier now is also there's seat memories, positions as well. So there's 3 positions we can set. So I've got my position, my wife's got her position, and the third person can have their position as well. So they can get in, press a button, and that seat will get them up, and it makes it really easy to drive.
Damn, what a car. The Sahara is the top of the range in the 200 series, so if you're a fan of the Landy but don't want all the luxury and bling, there are 3 other options you can choose from: the GX, the VX and the popular GXL. So if you're someone who is looking for pull-in power, genuine off-road capabilities and heaps of room, but you're not willing to sacrifice on luxury, the King of the Road is the car for you. To find out more, head to citytoyota.net.au or follow the links from Zoom TV.
Coming up on Zoom TV, we're going to jump into the Chrysler Dodge Journey and go for a bit of a ride. What have you got for us?
Well, it's actually you, Allan. Allan Simons is going to demonstrate how to enter our Zoomaholic competition thanks to United Fuel Injection. That's next on Zoom TV.
When the Dodge Journey SUV from Chrysler debuted a few years ago, it was very successful. Even though if it had have had a report card at the time, it would have read, "Can do better." But now it's more like most improved, as this car has had a complete underskin makeover that puts it well and truly on the honours roll. So the 2013 Dodge Journey may look like the original 09 model, but it's as different as Class Clown is from Teacher's Pet. The Dodge Journey SXT is roomier than your typical compact crossover and features 7 seats, so there's a lot of interior flexibility. That, along with its reasonable dimensions, makes the Journey just the right choice for an ideal family vehicle without the added cost, fuel appetite and parking hassles of the larger SUVs. The Journey's interior rates as one of the best in its segment. I like the Dodge. It's big, it's bold, it has a lot of on-road attitude. It's a big American with a lot of bling. So let's have a poke around and see what goodies Chrysler have added to this package. The Journey SXT offers very handy heated mirrors, keyless ignition entry, cruise control, dual zone manual climate control, a height adjustable driver's seat, a tilt and telescoping steering wheel, a sliding and reclining second row seat and a premium sound system with touchscreen interface, CD player and all the connections you'll need. There's also side roof rails and LED tail lights and 17-inch alloy wheels. And that premium 3.5-inch screen on the dash delivers real-time information on performance, navigation and vehicle status. It's under the bonnet where the Dodge gets really interesting. The 3.6-litre V6 engine is among the most powerful in this segment, and yet it still has really good fuel economy. On the road there's plenty of power and it's a sure-footed, comfortable ride. Let's go for a drive. This is a very smooth ride with secure and confident handling and precise steering with a light yet still nicely weighted feel to it. The V6 is good for 283 horsepower and is matched brilliantly to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Every 2013 Dodge Journey comes standard with anti-lock disc brakes, traction and stability control, active front head restraints, front side airbags, side curtain airbags and a driver knee airbag. I was talking before about how versatile the Dodge is. This is a great example of what can be achieved with just a little bit of thought. Seating for up to 7 people or loads of cargo space. The choice is yours. Turn the second row into a bench or keep the reclining seats separate for a little more individual space. Third row seating is accessible from both the driver's and passenger side. And for your smaller travelling companions, the Dodge Journey is the only crossover to include available integrated child booster seats. Yes, the Dodge Journey has graduated with honours. It's also just undergone a price reduction. It was $40,000, but now you can put this SUV in your garage for $37,000 drive away. The best place to see Dodge Journey SXT is at John Hughes Chrysler, Jeep and Dodge, or follow the links from Zoom TV. Okay, so here's an idea of what not to do on your video. The first thing you don't do, the absolute most important thing you don't do, is you never get Aaron Pitt to be your cameraman.
Fair call.
Right, so we need 60 seconds of absolute genius from you. Doesn't have to be technical, doesn't have to be flash. We just want to see your passion about your motorcar or motorcars in general. You ready? 60 seconds, no longer. Here we go. I'm Allan Simons and this is my Kia Sorento SI and I love this car. This is my favourite car of all time. Why? Because it's big, you ride in it, you're up high above the other traffic. It's got a terrific engine. There it is. Isn't that beaut? And inside, wow, you can have a dance in here. It's got 7 seats, so all your friends, mother, father, cat, dog, rats, cats and elephants can go in there. In the back here, and this is a very good feature, just have a look at how many cartons of Crownies you could stick in here. It is absolutely immense, fabulous. So, motor cars, me, this baby sits in my garage. I can go anywhere I like in this. I love it. I'm Allan Simons, and this is my car.
So there you go, it's that simple. All you need is an iPhone or a smartphone that can record video, some editing software, and hopefully, like me, some good talent.
Where are we going to find that? It doesn't have to be technically brilliant. All we want to do is see you have some fun. And most importantly, no longer than 60 seconds. How are they going to get it to us, mate?
Well, all you've got to do is go to zoomtv.com.au and click on the Zoomaholic button and upload your video. It's that simple. You never know, after a few weeks, your video might rate really well on Facebook and we'll feature that on the show. Allan Simons, you might even win.
Goodness me. We want to see you on the telly. Good luck.
Well, it had to happen. The darling of the swinging 60s scene, the Mini, just keeps on reinventing itself in the 21st century. And now you have this, the brand new Mini Roadster. Sure, it's got stacks of style and bags of swagger too, but does it have any substance beneath the bold British facade? Built in Oxford alongside the iconic hatch, the Roadster sits on the same chassis, but is a bit lower and a tad longer for the sleeker and sportier look. And for the first time ever in Australia, there's a tiny but still useful boot tacked on the back of the Mini, complete with an active spoiler that rises once you've hit 80 clicks per hour. Now, there are 2 ways you can get inside the brand new Roadster. One, you can pretend you're a contortionist and squeeze your way in through the frameless doors, or you can leave the car open and pretend you're Austin Powers. Oh, yeah, baby. If you've ever sat inside a modern Mini, you'll instantly recognise the retro dashboard design. It comes complete with a Big Ben style giant speedo that skirts the outside of the central info screen like it's on a giant Ferris wheel ride. I would much prefer looking at 2 dials just behind the little fat steering wheel. You know, there's a lot of interesting detail like old school toggle switches, but the lashing of plastic trim can feel a little bit cheap and rattly. A big no-no for a car on the wrong side of 45k. On the flip side, there's automatic climate control, bi-xenon headlights, rear parking sensors, Bluetooth phone connectivity, combination cloth leather seating, and great looking 17-inch alloy wheels. There's also plenty of performance as standard thanks to the Cooper S 1.6 litre 4-cylinder turbo engine, shoehorned beneath that stubby little bonnet. With 135 kilowatt of forced induction power, turning the front wheels, it shoots its way to 100 kilometres an hour in less than 7 seconds, on its way to a top speed of 237 kilometres an hour, and makes such a lovely noise doing it. So whether you choose the sleek 6-speed manual or the super smooth auto, you're in for a great drive. And it's definitely no slouch around the corners either. Like in all Minis, the steering tends to be on the heavy side, but it follows the flow of the road like a bloodhound for fun, safe and secure road holding. Unfortunately, there's a price to pay for such terrific handling, and that's stiff suspension, which means the Roadster feels hard on anything other than the smoothest road surface. Never mind though, the Mini Cooper S Roadster might feel a little bit noisy and raw, but it starts, steers, stops and goes like a true sports car. It even passes muster as a coupe with the roof on. But seriously, where's the fun in that? You see, this tiny British drop top shines brightest with the roof tucked away, windows wound all the way down, and watching the revs accumulate on the tacho in front of you. Seriously, if your idea of heaven is something like this, then the Roadster is definitely your car to buy, because it goes as good as it looks. If you want to read any more in-depth car reviews or find out anything more about motoring, visit goauto.com.au.
Hey Mick, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good to see you again.
Good to see you made it back from the bush.
Yeah, thanks a lot. There was a couple of days there that I was a bit worried, but yeah, we made it back. I guess it was payback for the previous session.
Oh, hopefully it taught you something.
I certainly did, and I think now it's time for me to teach you something.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go and have a look at our workshops. Just through here, Nick. This is our light commercial workshop area.
Yep.
Ken is the manager of this area, one of the directors of the company. Basically in here we diagnose and repair many light commercial vehicles. If something is broken, we have an exchange program.
What do you mean by exchange unit though?
It's a unit that we have rebuilt in our workshop and it goes on our shelf as a new unit, hence the 12-month unlimited K warranty.
Yeah.
And it also a quick turnaround for the customer, which is what they look
Yep.
for. Right, Nick, our performance division, headed up by Matt Craig, again a director and a partner in the business, and Matt's sole purpose in day-to-day running is to make vehicles perform. This entails computer modules, exhaust systems, intercoolers, turbocharger aftermarket kits, and he's also heading into modifying actual vehicle computers as well in the near future, so he's always looking for areas for.
Oh, sounds pretty good. So I guess I've seen it all today. Is it time to...
Not quite.
Keep going?
We do have one division, our heavy diesel division, which is over through here.
No worries.
Finally, the last but not least, our heavy diesel division. Paul Cameron heads up this division, again a director and a partner of the business.
Yep.
This is actually our biggest division in the company, as in turnover, and we handle everything from small stationary engines right up to large earth-moving equipment, trucks. Thanks for your interest today and all the best for the weekend.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
See you, mate.
All right, guys, it's been a pleasure here today, having a look around United Fuel Injection. If you want to learn more, go to unitedfuel.com.au or follow the links on Zoom TV. Now I better go check what Mick really does, directing.
Well, don't go anywhere, because coming up after the break, my friend Aaron Pitt is brushing with greatness as he jumps into the back of the Zoom mobile powered by a Sander to talk with Demi Harmon from Home and Away. That's after the break.
Demi, how are you?
I'm well,
Thanks
thank
for getting
you.
in the van.
Mwah.
A lot of girls freak out. They don't want to get in the van, but once you're in, you'll feel comfortable, okay? I
I
promise.
feel comfortable. It's fine.
Now, you play Sasha on Home and Away.
Yes, I do.
Now, you would have grown up watching Home and Away? It would have been something you aspired to be on?
Yes, every now and then I did. I wasn't like a hardcore watcher, but I did watch it every now and then. I did go through my phases and stages of being obsessed, yes.
Did you ever actually think you would actually be on it?
No, didn't. Until I actually auditioned for Home and Away in my 11th year of school.
So how did you do it?
I think you just got to be very determined and really put a lot of time into what you think you're good at and what you enjoy, because that always helps you in the long run.
Now, be honest with me. Did you work hard at school? Be honest.
I worked extremely hard at school. I really put my time in. And I'm so grateful now that I did.
Now, the reason I say that is that school generally starts at about 8:39,
Yes.
around there, and it finishes by, what, 3:30?
Yep.
But acting, people look at it, like even with my job, they look at it and go, you're 4 or 5 hours a day.
No.
But just explain a day on the set of Home and Away.
It can be extremely long. I've done 13, 14-hour days where I've had 13 scenes, and it's just been like crazy. But I never complain. I think it's the funnest job in the world, and I love my character on the show. She's quite feisty, fierce, strong, little girl, and I love it. But yeah, it's a lot of hard work. You've got to put in a lot of preparation before each scene to make it.
Now, I want to ask you the Ascender Fast 5. Are you ready for them?
Yes.
Okay, the first question is, what was your first car you ever owned?
It's a Volkswagen Beetle, and I have it now, and his name is Kermit, and he's lime green.
What is your opinion of the best car ever made? Can be look, it can be the best car you ever drove.
I do like Maseratis.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of the Volkswagen. Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you what you currently drive, because you've answered that. So
yes.
I'm going to ask you, what is your greatest fear?
I'm really scared of monsters.
Really?
Really scared of monsters.
Well, I think you're a great person, and I really appreciate meeting you.
Thank you. You
Always
too.
got to kiss the beautiful girls goodbye.
Well, that's it for the big show today. We hope you enjoyed it, did you?
I had fun. I had a lot of fun. I actually experimented today. I got into the vest, loved it.
The vest is a good look, mate. I hope you repeat that soon.
Okay, says the man in the polka dot shirt. Now, if you want to get involved, go to zoomtv.com.au and become a Zoomaholic. You'll get heaps of discounts from our partners.
We also want you to upload your video, your 1 minute, no longer, 60-second video of what you would do if you were a guest presenter on Zoom TV. And who knows, you might be.
You might be a guest presenter like Allan. Bye for now.
See you later.
And that's a wrap.